السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته. احنا هنا من قلب مدينة الإسكندرية، مدينة الإسكندر الأكبر، اللي اتبنت 322 قبل الميلاد على إيد الإسكندر الأكبر. وإحنا حاليا في المتحف الروماني المسرح الروماني بالإسكندرية، مش المتحف، المسرح الروماني بالإسكندرية. هنتجول ونعمل جولة شاملة هنا ونتفرج على كل الآثار اللي موجودة هنا ونحاول نتعرف عليها وعلى العظمة اللي احنا شايفينها دي. قبل ما نبتدي جولتنا بفكركم ما تنسوش الاشتراك في القناة ودعم القناة باللايك والشير، ولو ما كنتش مشترك تشترك. يلا بينا بقى بسرعة، يلا عشان ما اعطلكمش.
Now we are in the Roman Amphitheatre in Alexandria. The Roman Amphitheatre in Alexandria is one of the most popular monuments in Alexandria city. Alexandria is the second most important city in Egypt after Cairo. Amphitheaters quite spread during the reign of the Romans. They were in different countries like Greece, Italy, and Turkey. They are present in many regions around Europe and the Middle East. Roman Amphitheatre Alexandria is the only one of its type in Egypt. The word Komel Dekka in Arabic means the hill of rubble or the hill of the benches. It named when the famous historian El-Nuwairi passed by this area in the beginning of the 20th century. El-Nuwairi saw the many piles of rubble and sand, the formed due to the digging of the Mahmudiyya Canal at the end of the 19th century. The canal linked Alexandria to the Nile River. These piles looked exactly like some huge benches. El-Nuwairi was the one who gave the area its recent famous name. The Roman Amphitheatre Alexandria indeed is one of the most important Roman architectural achievements in Egypt. It was by mere coincidence in 1960. The workers went to remove a pile of dust and sand in 1960. It was to clear the land and construct a governmental building. They found some solid iron columns while digging into the ground. The excavation work began in the location of Komel Dekka. It carried out by the Greco-Roman Museum. Polish excavation mission in Egypt sponsored by the University of Warsaw. Excavation works revealed one of the most important discoveries in Egypt. The Roman Amphitheatre Alexandria stayed in service and used to host different artistic events. It is like musical concerts and different sorts of events up till the 17th century. This fact proven due to the architectural elements present in the theatre. It showed that it used during three different periods: the Roman, Byzantine, and the early Islamic era. Now we watch Synced monuments, which founded under the Mediterranean Sea near the Qaitbay citadel. Those red bricks used as bathrooms. Now we will go downstairs to watch the amphitheater. The Roman amphitheatre Alexandria used in several purposes. It was during its long history and passing by different periods of time. It used as an auditorium where musical shows performed during the Roman period. The theater at that time had the elements to host perfect performance. It was like the dome that once stood over the stage and the section of the orchestra. In the Byzantine era, it used as a conference hall. It was where important meetings like public assemblies and governmental summits take place. The Roman amphitheatre Alexandria neglected during the early Islamic period and onward. In fact, it was until discovered during the middle of the 20th century. It became one of the most marvelous historical sites of the city of Alexandria. The Roman amphitheatre, which we see today, constructed in the 4th century AC, it was a common feature of the Greco-Roman period. Amphitheatres were special roofed theatres. They built to host music, ceremonies, and poet competitions during the reign of the Roman in Egypt. The Roman amphitheatre Alexandria featured with its marble audiences section. It is symmetrical with extended wing. In fact, it hosted up 600 spectators. The audience section of the Roman amphitheatre has a diameter of about 33 meters. It consisted of 13 rows. They are 13 rows. We can count them. They made of European white marble. The uppermost part, which a portico which made out of granite columns. Granite columns brought from Aswan, and some of them are still standing until today. The 13 rows of the Roman Amphitheatre Alexandria they numbered with Roman digits and letters. It was to regulate the seating of the audience in different occasions. There were also 5 compartments they constructed at the top of the audience sections. They used to host important figures and wealthy tradesmen. During performances, these compartments used to have ceilings with domes based upon large columns made of granite to protect the audience from the sun and the rain. The domes used to magnify the sound of the music and chants during different performances. All these structures destroyed during the earthquake. It hit Alexandria in the 6th century AD. It resulted in the damage of important structures at the time. They are like the famous Pharaoh's Lighthouse. Pharaoh's Lighthouse once stood in the position of the Kite-Pie Fort nowadays. The steps and the rows of the Roman amphitheatre placed up in a thick white limestone wall. Another wall surrounds it as well. These 2 walls connected together through many arches. They are where the outer wall functioned to support the inner wall. It was a common feature of the Roman architecture from the 2nd to the 4th century. In the middle of the structure, there is a section of the orchestra. It is where the musical performances used to take place. The section supported with 2 large marble columns. It has some of the finest Roman mosaics on its floor. Contemporary researchers that made some comparisons between the Roman Amphitheatre Alexandria and others. The others are similar structures which discovered in Italy, Greece, and Garage Theatre in Tunisia. They have concluded many interesting facts. One fact is that Roman Amphitheatre Alexandria not constructed to be a theatre. It was not a theatre for hosting performances and artistic events. In fact, it designed for meeting of important figures and officials. It was maybe for private performances, which has a limited number of audiences. This place which stored water to use it in bathrooms. These were bathrooms. Now we reach to the end of our videos. My regards, Ahmed Al Qadi.